Welcome to Drafting Out Loud and welcome back to the Leverage Lab. Actually, Leverage Lab 2.0 right now. We're going to be looking in our Leverage Lab and reviewing our ownership. We're going to be seeing how often we're targeting some of our players and what kind of combinations we have with it for fun right now, but getting practice for when we get more teams under our belt, making sure we're building awesome teams. We're trying to get some combinations right now that we can't get later on based on players rising and that kind of stuff. Let's get into it. Okay, first off, we're going to pull up our underdog portfolio. We're going to look at the top players at each position is what we're going to do. And right now, we are drafting the most Jordan Love at quarterback. So let's go into our leverage lab. Let's pull up Jordan Love and see what is going on here. Okay, so we got Jordan Love in 33.3% of our teams. That checks out. And these are post-draft teams, by the way. You can see here that we're typically getting at 111, and he's going at 107 as of today, earlier today. And you can see that we're actually stacking them up in 4 out of the 5 of our drafts that we've had so far. That means there's one team where we have a solo Jordan Love, actually. You can see that actually when it comes to the players we're stacking them up with, we're stacking them up most often with Christian Watson and Jaden Reed, and then a little bit with Tucker Kraft, Chris Brooks, Matthew Golden. If you want the exact counts, you can see here. 3 times with Christian Watson, 3 times with Jaden Reed, and then 1 time with the other guys. Now, more importantly, are we getting them with some of the players that we're targeting? And we are. Actually, the Packers players are some of the players we are targeting right now because we want to we think they're going to rise because they've traded all the rest of their receivers, and so it's going to be more condensed receiving corps, and that we've actually seen that rise mainly with Jaden Reed right here, and so it's nice to see that we have a lot of our team with Tony Pollard. Got a little bit of the rise there with him. I think we took him a little early on one team too, or something like that. But we got Tony Pollard. We got some rise on Tony Pollard. Christian Watson. He hasn't really risen. I expect him to rise some, probably like to the beginning of the round versus the end of the round. But what round that'd be round 5, I think. Um, but right now he is still going more towards the end of round 5 or so. We got Jaden Reed. He has risen a lot, and we've captured just a little bit of that with these teams with Jordan Love. It's hard to capture that in the post draft because most of it was baked in, pre-draft basically, as far as that goes. Then we got Chris Bell, Rashee Rice, Jonathan Brooks, someone that we were trying to target before he goes up too much. Rashee Rice, someone we're trying to target. Chris Bell kind of he had some good buzz, so before he was trying to before he rises as well. You can see here that we did actually get a lot of that for Jonathan Brooks, 14.8. Rashee Rice, we're kind of just at the market basically when it comes to him. And then the last one we said was Chris Bell, and you can see we actually got him before he's risen as well. And I don't know if we want him much as he's rising. He's got a torn ACL. Uh, it was nice to get him in the 18th round, maybe 17th round, but I don't know about 16th round. That seems kind of crazy for a rookie on a bad team with a torn ACL. So nice to have a couple teams with him, and maybe that's all we will write as far as that goes. Okay, so kind of nice to see him with people like this. Wish we had more CLV. I think we might get more as ADP still adjusts some, but they adjusted pretty darn quick overall. There is Jordan Love. Next off, we're going to look at a running back. Let's look at, Tony Pollard is our highest drafted running back. And we got him, how many times here? 3 times. 3 times on this one. Let's go look at Tony Pollard. Okay, with Tony Pollard here, you can see that we have him on average. Okay, so we got better CLV overall, 82.5 versus 76.6 for the market. So a little more than half, no, half around. Half around, basically, not a whole ton, but a little bit of something. Um, we got him 6 times, so on 40% of our teams right now, that's definitely going to change as the season progresses, as we add in more drafts. And let's look down here. You can see we actually have him with Rashee Rice 3 times, so half our times we have the Rashee Rice. Just a little bit of CLV. It's hard to get a lot of CLV when you're talking about first round picks. Let's see if there's anyone else that we were targeting. Juwan Jennings, we expect to see some rise here. That being said, we have no rise yet in ours. Jonathan Brooks, 14, so over a round of CLV on Jonathan Brooks so far. he might still rise, assuming we keep on getting, good or average news. It's basically no bad news. And then Antonio Brown Williams is one of those people that we were trying to target before the market caught up. You can see we got him 13.8%, 13.8 picks of value there as well. So a couple nice ones with Tony Pollard. We've stacked them up. Let's look up here. We should look up here too. We actually stacked up Tony Pollard 2 times with the QB, so 2 times with Cam Ward. You see, we've actually stacked them up, I guess, 2 times with Gunnar Helm as well. You can see here too, and then a little bit with other Titans, but mainly 2 times with Cam Ward, which is the important one. You can see that we have 2 stack drafts. That means that essentially both times that we've taken a Titan, we've taken Cam Ward as one of those Titans as well. And on average, we have 1.33 Titans on the team. And when we do actually get a stack, there's 4 there. Very cool. Okay, next up, we're going to look at our top wide receiver. That's A.J. Brown. We've been targeting him, thinking he's going to rise up once the trade happens. So we'll get ahead of it right now. Let's see what we got going on with A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown we have on 5 teams so far, so a third of our teams. Let's see if that checks out. It does. The lab is working. You can see that we are not really stacking him with Eagles right now. We're assuming he's going to New England. In fact, when we get down here, we can see that we do have him with Drake May on 2 of our teams. So 2 out of 5. So 40% of our teams. And actually, we didn't even need to do the math. It's right there, 40% of the teams. And we're taking Drake May at essentially at his ADP is what we're doing here. In fact, it looks like we've taken him slightly ahead of his ADP. This one's a little unfortunate, getting a lot of Jordan Addison with AJ Brown. That one's we're probably gonna lose CLV and Jordan Addison because they signed Jauan Jennings and people just aren't that excited about it. We do have him with Tony Pollard on 2 teams, and we got some CLV there. That's nice as far as that goes. And then Ryan Flournoy is another one of those late round picks we were talking about on one of our market movers videos. Someone that we wanted to transition to as a late round pick, and someone like Antonio Williams is starting to get more expensive. And so it's nice to kind of get him here with some CLV. Jonathan Brooks with some nice CLV too, players that we've been targeting on our teams. There you go. That's a nice one to see right there as far as AJ Brown goes, and try to get some combinations that are probably gonna be a little bit tougher to get later on. Okay, this is kind of fun. It was last time too, by the way. We got tight end still. Let's go to tight end, and we might go one more around the horn as well. Cade Otton is our most drafted tight end. We did not draft a whole lot of Cade Otton in the big board or pre-draft section, mainly because there was a lot of buzz that he might take on a teammate that would, probably make his role not as significant. But they didn't get any significant tight ends. So I think getting Cade Otton towards the end of the draft is a nice thing. You can see we have him on 33% of our teams. We've drafted him essentially at his pick right now is what we're doing. So it is what it is. You can see we're stacking him often. We've stacked him in 3 drafts. We've stacked him with the QB in 3 drafts as well. So oftentimes we got Baker Mayfield and then we get Cade Otton on the team as well. You can see when we get Cade Otton, we actually are kind of targeting the Bucks a decent amount. So he's kind of coming along for the ride on a lot of those teams where we already have Bucks. It's nice to see here that we have Tony Pollard on a lot of the teams. So again, targeting Tony Pollard, targeting Rashee Rice, 2 of the people that we thought would be rising. Not really targeting Jordan Love, but we did think Jordan Love was going to start rising just because of the competition with all the other Packers. And maybe we can see if that's happening. We are targeting Cam Skattebo, and we were targeting Jauan Jennings before the signing a little bit. Not like hardcore targeting, but trying to take him whenever he fell to us, basically. Tony Pollard, we got a little bit of CLV on Tony Pollard. We're taking Baker Mayfield at cost, which is nice with these teams. Rashee Rice, a little bit of CLV there as well. Cam Skattebo, someone that we've been trying to hit whenever he falls, just because I'm not that high on him, but people are. And so I'm not high just because the injury just seems kind of crazy. But apparently he's going to come back strong from it. And so if that happens, we want to be on the side of betting on him a little bit. And so we are, and more than half around so far there. Jauan Jennings at cost. He hasn't risen up as much as other players so far. We got Ryan Flournoy again on 2 of these teams, 25% CLV there. So that's nice. Deebo Samuel That's some negative ones, so let's acknowledge those losses as well right there. But that's one that could definitely recover when if he signs, right? Like he'll probably gain those 10 picks and more, you would assume, as far as that goes. So there you go. That's kind of nice to see some of the other players we've targeted with our tight end here. Let's go one more round. One more round. Take the leverage lab for a spin here. Aaron Rodgers is our second QB. And we talked about Aaron Rodgers on our market movers today. Take a look at that video if you want to know what's going on there. We talked about Superflex a little bit and maybe betting with the market or betting against the market. We also drafted them in our draft today too, so check that out if you want to see a draft with the worst QB room, but maybe looking kind of good. Okay, so here we got Aaron Rodgers. He's a free agent right now, so we're not going to have any stacks yet with free agents, basically, but we will eventually. You can see we've actually got him with Stefon Diggs. That's someone else we've been targeting on 3 drafts. Ryan Flournoy, 3 drafts. Michael Pittman, someone else we've been trying to hit up a decent amount where we can in 2 drafts. We like Zay Flowers too, 2 drafts. We said Christian Watson was one of those players. That's when we're eating some CLV on. You can see right there. Jordan Addison. We had a lot of CLV there, but we're probably going to eat that one too. So let's see if we are Michael Pittman, Pittsburgh player, targeting him a little bit there. Pat Fryermuth, we got him on a team. You can see any other Pittsburgh guys? That's where assuming he's going to go, right? We got a couple more. There we go. Darnell Washington. We got Darnell Washington on a team. We got Debo Samuel's falling a lot more, huh? Oh, I remember this team. I think there's one team where I was just really stuck at running back and there wasn't much available. Um, let's see. There's Tony Pollard on a team. Where's more Pittsburgh guys? We got a couple more, right? There we go. Jalen Warren on a team. Jeremy Bernard on a team. Rico Dowdle on a team as well. So there we go. We assuming Aaron Rodgers does come back, we have a good amount of him right now. We got him at a decent price compared to his current ADP, which will probably rise. And we got him with some interesting combinations as well. I like it. Looking good. Okay. Next running. Oh, Cam Scatabo is our next running back. Let's go look at Cam. We already kind of looked at Cam a little bit through one of our other teams, but here he is. We have him on 20% of our teams. Let's just kind of confirm that. That is accurate. We don't stack him up a whole lot. Well, I mean, 2/3 of the time we haven't stacked. One time with the quarterback, Jackson Dart, 1/3 of the time. Isaiah Likely on 2/3 of the time. So there you go. A little bit of a Giants bet on 2 out of the 3 teams. In fact, we got him with Baker Mayfield just as much as anyone else. Let's see what we got going on here. Anything interesting that there's Kate Otten making a return to the board. Anyone that we've been targeting at all? Not really on this one. Travis Hunter, we got a huge deal on Travis Hunter right there. I don't see a whole lot that we were targeting. Tony Pollard, we got him essentially at CLV on this one, or at ADP, I should say, right now. At this one, there's our losing bags on Debo Samuel again. And Ryan Flournoy, there's our winning bags there, someone we've been targeting. Okay. Nothing super exciting right there with Cam Scatabo. I don't really care if I have really high ownership right now, being so early. Right now, I want to get some things that I can't get before, and we'll kind of balance it all out later on, is what we'll do. If we have to. Hopefully, if we do our job the right way, there's really not much to balance out, right? Rashee Rice is our second highest wide receiver right now. Try to get him a little later in the first round before we can't, if possible. So we got him on 4 teams. We have him on average at pick 20. He's going at pick 19.3 now. So who knows? He hasn't risen as much as we expected, I think, but we'll find out later on what's going on. You can see we got him stacked up on one team. Then we have him with exit. And you can see we have 1 stacked draft with 1 QB stack. That means that we have a team that has Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, and Patrick Mahomes on it all together. That's kind of cool. Like it says here, since we have 4 teams, on average, there's only half of a player that's stacked with Rashee Rice, which makes sense, right? If there's only one team that has players, that means one out of four of the teams uh, with two players total. So that's how you get that 0.5. And then when we do stack, on average, we stack with two other players because we have Rashee Rice plus Xavier Worthy plus Patrick Mahomes. So there you go. We have them in basically a quarter of our teams right now. And let's see if we got anything good going on here. And you can see already right at the top here, we got Tony Pollard as one of the top players. Not really getting any CLV there right now, though, on Tony Pollard. Anyone else that is of interest? Jonathan Brooks, half a round. Someone we've been trying to hit on. Ray Davis, towards the end of the draft, is someone that we've tried to hit on when we need to. And you can see we did in this case, but we really pulled him up right now. Travis Hunter's been someone that we've been trying to hit on, especially when he was falling. Got 21 picks of CLV. This might be the same team that we looked at before with Travis Hunter on it. There you go. Alvin Kamara, that's someone that we were trying to hit on, but I don't know. There's Cam Scatabo, someone that we were trying to hit on too. So maybe we saw a Cam team with him, basically, is what we were probably saying. But there you go. That's Rashee Rice. We got one more player to look at here. We're gonna look at Colston Loveland. 20% of our team so far. Okay, 20%. That checks out. You can see that we've not stacked Colston Loveland with Caleb Williams at all. Caleb Williams is really expensive, and it's a little tough to stack him. You can see that we've drafted 3 drafts. We've stacked him twice. We have Kyle Monangai one time and Luther Burden one time. That just means basically that one of our stacked drafts has Kyle Monangai, the other one has Luther Burden. So not doing a whole lot with Colston Loveland and the Bears when we draft them. But you can see right here, we've got Tony Pollard on all 3 of the teams. We got Rashee Rice on 2/3 of the teams. Antonio Williams, another player we're kind of targeting on 2/3 of the teams as well. A little bit of CLV on Tony Pollard, a little bit on Rashee Rice. Nothing to write home about at all. Antonio Williams, we got a whole round, so that one's kind of nice right there. There's Ray Davis. We're overdrafting him apparently compared to CLV. Travis Hunter. I wonder if this is, no, this was, I don't think this was another 21 right here with Travis Hunter. So I don't know if that was the same one. Yeah, Cam Scatabo's on. So maybe Travis Hunter's making an appearance on a lot of these teams that we have our favorite players on. Okay. I mean, we've only drafted so many teams right now, right? Like if we go up here, we can see that um we don't have the total. Okay, that's something maybe that I should add on here. We don't have the total number of drafts on here. We can see that we drafted them 3 times though for 20%. So 15 drafts total is what we got. But maybe we want to get that count on here as well. Jonathan Brooks, one time, 27 picks, 28 picks of CLV basically. So try to get some combinations that we're not going to be able to get later on. And I think we're successfully doing it. I think we're successfully doing that overall. Let's see if there's a third. We did Pollard, Love, Otten, Brown, Rogers, Rice. Did we do Watson? We did Rice. Watson is the next player. He's not really rising yet at all. Let's just do one more for fun. Let's do Watson. I expect us to probably not have good CLV on this one, which will just show that we're trying to be cool with what's going on. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'm taking Watson just slightly ahead of ADP. I think Watson goes behind Roma Dunze, and I think Watson probably should go ahead of Roma Dunze. So I think that maybe that's why I have negative CLV right now. I'm taking Watson instead of Rome a couple times. You can see I've stacked him with Jordan Love, though, 3 times. On average, it's Christian Watson and almost 2 other players. And when I do end up stacking him, because I haven't stacked every time, it's him with, again, about 2 other players. Jordan Love's on 3 out of the 4 teams. Kenneth Walker also on 3 out of the 4 teams. Chris Bell on half the teams. Michael Pittman on half the teams. Javonte Williams on half the teams. CeeDee Lamb on half the teams. So this is one that's interesting, right? Something that I probably got to be aware of, right? Kenneth Walker, like maybe not just yet, but something I need to be aware of as far as some of this goes. Jaden Reed on half the teams as we knew he's a teammate, so we're getting some stacks there. Chris Bell, someone that we were targeting, right? 14. So that makes you feel better when you see 50% on there. You see this, that makes you feel better. Kenneth Walker, it's hard to get that CLV, whatever. We're just taking him at his pick, basically, is what's going on there. We went with Aaron Rodgers 2 times. Okay. Ideally, if he comes back, that's going to be a nice pick also. Vidal. Ouch. That one hurts. Anyone else that we're been targeting that we Wandale. Ouch, that one hurts. I think I remember that one. There were so many. I shouldn't have done that. That was just kind of dumb on my part. Jonathan Brooks, that's nice right there. Okay. There you go. Let me know what you think. You think this is Let me know what you think. I'm having fun doing this. Did you get a kick out of it? See you on the next one. Peace.